Today, I get to talk about one of my favorite teams to watch in the NFL, in the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen is such a fun quarterback for me to watch. I've enjoyed him since his rookie season when he was a little erratic, to say the least, but I'll still always remember being a Buffalo Wild Wings, watch him hurdle that Vikings defender and thinking, oh, this guy is going to be fun. I had no idea how good he would be. I honestly still thought, wouldn't be shocked if he still sucked. But no, he became one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, and in my opinion, the second best quarterback in the NFL, only behind a generational talent in Patrick Mahomes. So we look at this Bills team, and the goal is to get to the Super Bowl and win it. There is no other goal. This is not we'll get him next year. No, it's all or nothing every single year with the Bills, and they have to figure out how to get past Kansas City. Well, during this preview, I'm going to talk about some additions they made in the offseason, both two free agent signings I liked and have concerns about, and their first two draft picks, plus probably their third rounder, because I was a big fan of their third round pick as well. So, let's jump into it. First, the real move I want to highlight is Josh Palmer. I know that's probably a shock that you would have guessed the edge rusher they brought in would be the first one I highlight, but I prefer Palmer as a player in today's day and age, especially in Buffalo. We'll get to the other player here in a second and my concerns with him in Buffalo in particular. Is a safety net receiver. He's not really going to blow a top off a defense or be a number one or probably even number two. He really fits as a number three option, which he can in Buffalo when you look at the current receivers and just talent they have there already. Plus, Josh Allen's not a quarterback that needs a 1A receiver. We've seen it plenty of times that he likes to spread the football around. Josh Palmer is going to be perfect for that because he will get open. He will be a good safety net on third down. When you need to get the ball to someone you can rely on to catch the football, Josh Palmer's a really reliable target. He's nothing special, but he's just a really good solid football player, and I love the move because I think he very much fits Josh Allen's playstyle. Now, the second move, I like it on paper, but man, I have my concerns, and that's bringing in Joey Bosa. Joey Bosa, when healthy, can be a game wrecker. He's still a very good pass rusher that can get to the quarterback and can help stuff runs. My question and my just fear for him is his body didn't hold up all too great in Los Angeles, playing the Chargers, a domed environment. Buffalo is not the weather LA is. Buffalo plays outside. I know it doesn't sound like a whole lot like, hey, they're still playing football, what have you. The human body reacts to weathers and just climates differently. Playing in a warmer area like that is going to be easier for the human body to stay healthy, stay upright. When you play in these cold weathered games, they take a toll on your body a bit further, and with Joey Bosa's injury history, I have concerns. But if he stays healthy, I really do like the signing because Sean McDermott is a really fun defensive mind and one of the best defensive minds in the modern day NFL. They also brought in Shaq Thompson, someone I just wanted to highlight real quick, because he did work with Sean McDermott when he was first drafted to Carolina. And it's just something I really like. Buffalo brings in a guy that knows the system. He's not a special player, but he's a good, solid player that can help the Bills win in the postseason, if you ask me. There are two draft picks, and I'm really going to be talking about the three draft picks because the first one I was not too big on, Maxwell Hairston. He was a developmental guy for me, and apparently he's had some legal troubles since then. I won't speak on it because I'm not as well informed on it. But to me, he was always a very developmental guy, great athlete, has a lot of really good tools, but his coverage ability just lacks some there for me. But their next two picks I really loved. If you listen to me during the NFL draft process, I was very high on TJ Sanders because I really liked him as a pass rusher, and I felt if he went to the right system, right coach, he could really blossom into an elite player. Buffalo's a perfect place for him because Sean McDermott is a great coach. He works well with guys who don't have the tools TJ Sanders does. TJ Sanders is going to be a very good pass rusher. If you have concerns with him stopping the run, I completely get it. But the Bills need to put pressure on the quarterback in January, in February, and TJ Sanders will help them do that. Of guys who can help put pressure on a quarterback, Landon Jackson. Landon Jackson was someone I had ranked a little higher than most people because I really fell in love with his traits. His tools are a little rough and they need to be developed, and which is why I think it's perfect he was selected in the third round. He was just someone I very much looked at like, man, if this guy hits, I would kick myself for passing on him. But the Bills drafting him is so good because, like I just said, Sean McDermott works well with people who don't have all the special tools. Now you're giving him someone with the raw, natural athleticism, that burst, that quick, sudden burst like Landon Jackson has. That can be very terrifying. Landon Jackson's a phenomenal athlete and can get after the quarterback. You give that to Sean McDermott for a couple years, probably not this season, but 2 years from down the road, I could very much see Landon Jackson being the team's #1 pass rusher. And when we talk about X factors, of course it's Josh Allen. It's Josh Allen, Josh Allen, Josh Allen. If he's healthy and he's playing great, the Bills will be just fine. But I'm not going to highlight Josh Allen for this because we all know it's Josh Allen. Instead, I'm going to highlight James Cook because the Bills have really found new life as an offense with the running game going at its full advantage. James Cook is entering a contract year, and it seems like a deal is not going to get done in Buffalo, and it's going to be a make it or break it year for him that he's going to use to get as much money as he can in the offseason. You look at that on paper, and James Cook, I don't think he'll hold out. I'm just going to say that right now. Maybe I'm wrong. But if he holds out, the Bills have a lot of really talented young running backs behind him I think could take the spotlight. But James Cook is such a dynamic weapon, running the football and catching the football. To me, he is the X factor because he's a safety net Josh Allen can get to that can break off a big play down the sideline. He is a good runner that can break a run. He has a lot of talent, and he's not bad in pass protection either. He's a very talented running back. And if I had to look at another guy for the Bills to be a key X factor, it would be Matt Milano. And it's always Matt Milano. But I think a lot of people forget how special he is when he's playing football. Matt Milano is one of the most underrated players in the NFL. He had an injury issue last year, but when you watched him play, he just took over games. He is one of the most underrated players in the NFL because not many fans really recognize his name. But if you pay attention to a Buffalo Bills game, when the Bills are on defense, always notice who's getting to the ball. It's Matt Milano, Matt Milano, Matt Milano. He has a nose for the football, and he's a great enough player that he just changes the game completely. When he's healthy, that Bills defense is much more terrifying. And you look at him having a healthy season, it really improves the Bills' chances of getting the 1 seed, in my opinion, helping them win the AFC, which is something they struggle doing. They can't get past the Chiefs. Matt Milano being healthy would really help them get past the Chiefs. One area for concern with the Bills, and even though it's not too big of a concern because Josh Allen doesn't really need it, he plays off it differently, but they don't really have that true X-factor receiver. I'm not buying the Keon Coleman stuff. He's just never been a guy I was high on in the draft process. I think he's a solid 2. I don't think he's ever going to be a 1. And you need maybe Dalton Kincaid to step up and be that #1 option. If you can just have that reliable guy to step up and be that 1 option for the Bills, it would greatly help them. And sometimes you worry that it could be their undoing. Not necessarily something Josh Allen needs. It wouldn't hurt. And it feels like the Bills still maybe need that when they get to the Chiefs game in January, where they need that guy to make the play on the ball. And it just doesn't happen. I'm pretty sure you can tell based off how I'm talking about the Bills. I had them winning their division. I had them finishing the 1st or 2nd seed in the AFC. I really don't think anybody in their division can challenge them. The Jets, I'm not the biggest Justin Fields guy. The Dolphins, I don't get what their general manager is doing half the time. And the Patriots are just too young to take that step, in my opinion. This is the Bills' division to lose, and I expect them to win it pretty convincingly. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like this video, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I am doing 32 consecutive days uploading up 32 team previews. This is day number 4. Up next will be the Carolina Panthers. If you're a Panthers fan, come check that out. And if you're a Bills fan, hey, why don't you check out yesterday's upload on the Baltimore Ravens, a team the Bills might be seeing in January. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.